Good morning, students, and Jai Hind. Uh, Now, in our previous class, we discussed about the Durkheim's autobiography or his towards the bent towards the religion in early life, or under the guidance or the discipline of his family. He studied the religious trend of the Jews, understand? But when he became grown ups, now himself himself he just isolated from the inclination of the religion, understand? Or inclination of the religion, and but as he isolated from the inclination of the religion, or he now he developed a idea of the secularism, a idea of the secular understanding of the religion. Now he was the man, a very typical man who developed idea of the secular religion. Although he had in the early life, he had been the he was bending towards the he bent he now he inclined towards the religious beliefs, but later on, or in his later life, he now started, or he believed in the idea of the secular religion. He devised the idea of the secular religion, and this was a very innovative idea on his part. And now, according to the Durkheim, according to now Emile Durkheim, one thing was that a social fact. First of thing, listen. What is the social fact? According to Durkheim had given his idea about the society. Society is what? Society is a collective form of the individuals and a collection of the people. Understand? Joined together, having their relations, very close relations, and certain objectives they have, and this collective form of the society, a solidarity form of the society. Understand? About that is he now called it as a social fact. Social fact. He now a collective collection of the people, understand, who had certain, understand, moral bindings, who had certain, understand, they are bounded, they are tied together with the certain norms, certain certain traditions, and certain rules of the society. Understand? So these kind of the community now create a moral community. They form this kind of the society and the collection of the people, a solidarity collection of the people who are together because of the moral bindings, because they are the moral, means they are motivated, governed, and associated with the society. They are in a collectivity, form of the collectivity. Why? How? Because they had, understand, they are tied, or they are now incorporated. They are incorporated with the norms, and they are weaned together with the social norms. And these social, what are the social facts? Let's know about the, and the which existed as a moral community over and above. Social fact is a social fact which existed as a moral community. Social fact is what? It is the social fact. A moral community, understand, Above that, a moral fact, a social fact exists above. Understand? A community, if a community is together, they are now tied with together, living it together. Understand? And above them, there is a social fact. And what is the social fact? Which the above and this social fact, community over and above the individual, and this social fact is the over and above the individual. We all are the, for example, we all are the part of the society. Understand? Or social fact which existed as a moral community. A moral community. We all are in a society and we are associated together. Understand? And we are the moral community. Understand? And or as an individual, we are also an individual. Which an individual. Understand? Who is a associated with the society. But the society is what as a whole? Society is as a whole a moral community, and we are the, as an individual, we are the part of that moral community, and we are being above us. It means that the society is above the individual. An individual is by the society. A society is not by an individual. You understand? Here we can see that a society is by an individual's existence is by the through the society. Society existence is not by the individual. This is the Durkheim emphasis that. And this community, the just moral community. Understand? This moral community is a social fact. Understand? This is the moral community is above the individual, or this is the social fact. Understand? This is the social fact, and moreover, the ties that bound people in groups. The ties I have already mentioned. The ties that bounds the people bounds the people together. This ties bounds the people together. Understand? People in group, in the group, the where the crucial to the existence of society. The ties which bounds the people together, which keep the people together. The ties which keep the people to what it type, whether it is a rope, whether it is a chain, whether it is a anything which bounds, which binding us, and which bonds us together, tie us together. What is that? Whether the rope, chain, or any string, what is that time? We have to be the discover this tie, the tie. What kind of the tie? By which the entire society is now tied together. Which tie? Now here, the crucials to the existence, and that is the crucial for the existence of this society. And that tie, that chain, that rope, understand? Which understand? Which is the very crucial for the existence of the society. Means the society is existing, living because of that tie. So you have to discover what the tie is. That is the bonding. That is the factors which now keep the all together. Keep all together. Keeping all together, binding all together. What is that? About that the Emile Durkheim talk about that. He is talking. Understand? So now students, let's see further what is the further here. This ties social solidarity now existent. These ties or these social solidarities, these ties that keep together, cements us together. Understand? Cementing us together in the solidarity. Now this ties social solidarity exerted pressure on individual, and that ties, understand, keep the pressure on the individual, that tie put the pressure upon the individuals, and they exerted the pressure on the individual to conform to the norms or expectation of the group, and that tie force and emphasizes each individual to conform, to be associated, to be concentrated, to accord, to be accord to the society, accord to the society. Understand? Accord to the society, and to conform yourself to the society. That ties always emphasizes the individual. And what is that? Exerted pressure on the individual to conform to the norms and expectation of the, and that ties and the moral, that social facts conform us, force us to abide by the norms and the expectation of the group. Our society, you belong to the society, but society, what? Society expects from you. Okay, what the role you have to be the play in society? Society expects from you. Society something wants from you, and wants, society wants you to conform to the rules and regulation of the society. Society never expect from you that you would violate the norms and the rules of the society. Never. Society always now expect it, and this constrained the individual's behavior pattern, or now this constrained the ours behavior. It means that wherever you are, understand, we all are constrained by our society. We are confined. We can't go beyond the society, and we can't reach the social norms. We have to, and now this expectation, the norms and the expectation, this constrained individual's behavior pattern, and this constrained individual's behavior pattern, our whole behavior, your behavior, all others' behavior is constrained by, your behavior is constrained, and we are bound to now go and perform on a particular pattern, which pattern is set forth by the society. We all, that is the set forth by the society, no doubt. I tell you, understand, the where the constraint of the behavior or the pattern limit the variation within the small range, and that limit the variations within a small range, means our variation is limited under a small range, and that is the range of our society, our social expectation. Beyond that we can't go, and we can't dare to go. Why? Because our entire patterns of the life, our pattern had been set by the social facts and by the social norms and by the social expectation. You understand? The students, now let's see here the limited constriction of the choice in the social action. Constriction, we are limited of the choice. We only have the choice in a social action. Meant the behavior could now be the predicted as the followed a pattern, or all behavior, our behavior is now predicted, because we have to be the regard our elders, we have to be the give the blessings to our youngers. We have these all behaviors are now constriction of the choice. Social action means the behavior could now be the predicted as it followed a pattern, and we all are the following the pattern set forth by the society. Our behavior, our activities is concerned. This is the now the this is the just a governed by our society. Understand? So this our entire pattern. So by observing behavior pattern, so we people, we individual, observing the behavior patterns, it was possible to identify the norms. So now we follow the certain behavior, certain norms, certain patterns of the life. Understand? Set forth by the society, and now ultimately now or now under that patterns it was the possible to identify the norms, code, norms, code of conduct laid down by the society, by the family, and the social solidarity which governed them. And this code of conduct, the social norms, understand, one an individual, now this becomes the possible for an individual to understand these social norms, the social codes, the code and social solidarities, and the code and social solidarity which govern them, and that social solidarity, that code of conduct in the society laid down by the societies, the norms set forth by the society, one must have to be the, and one is able to understand that what is the pattern of society, pattern of behavior, pattern of social norms. Understand? This is well understood by an individual who is the living and conforming the society in his or her behavior. I suppose that you would most and in this way the existence of otherwise invisible things, and now these otherwise these things, understand, and these norms are invisible. Understand, these norms are not visible, and we are constrained by the morals, by norms, by patterns, and these are the invisible. Now the Emile Durkheim called these behavior, call these norms and code of conduct as invisible things, like the ideas, norms, values, of the society, norms, ideas, and so on, could be now empirically verifying by studying, and this is now so on could be empirically by the experience, empirically verified by studying the patterns of social behavior. We can now realize by our experience, by observing the social behaviors, pattern of social behavior, we can, as of the people, as they related to the each other in the society, as we are related to the each other in the society, we now observe the pattern behaviors, elders, youngers, mother, father, understand, cousin, this all these patterns, norms, festivals, understand, norms, values of the society, we all now we know, and we by our experiences, by our empirically we verify this, and the behavior of the people as they now related to each other. During that behavior, we express the norms. We try to keep the exercise our values. Understand? So these are the experienced by the each individual in the society. Each individual in the society. This is the experienced. This is the realized in the society, and moreover, students, and now the Durkheim, the social was to be found in the course of conduct. Now social, Durkheim, the social be the social. The social was to be found in code of conduct. Social is found in the code of imposed on individual by collective agreements. Now the collective agreements, we agree to the society. Understand? We agree with the society, and now found in codes of conduct, and that agreement we agree, which is found in the upon which what the upon what to agree, the upon the code of conduct which is imposed by the society upon us. We all agree upon that. Understand? The found the code of conduct imposed on the individual by the collective agreement. Collectively we agree to our social norms, our social behaviors, patterns laid down by the society, and moreover a behavior, and it was evident in the practice of everyday life, and that social norms and the behavior, understand, which we agree to the society, we can see that is the evident and visible in everyday, that we can, that is the evident and can be the realized or the observed in everyday life, the scientific understanding of the society. And this, in this way, the scientific understanding the society that Durkheim sought to develop was based on, Durkheim wanted, no doubt, to develop the society and the sociology, understand, and the sociological study on the basis of the scientific norms and the scientific understanding of the society. Durkheim sought to develop a based on recognition of the moral facts. Now, Durkheim wanted to develop the recognition of the moral facts, which are the binding factors for the individual, binding factor of the individual to the society. That social fact, and the Durkheim wanted to study this social fact in a by and through the scientific observation or through the scientific understand, and through the scientific way, like the natural science. He wanted to understand these social facts, social norms, or now judging it, or the exercising or practicing it on the social fact, on the social norms. Understand? So now students, we can see that how these social facts and the social norms, social facts were very much important for the Durkheim's study, and we can see that further he wrote the moral facts are phenomena. He wrote that moral facts are, what are the moral facts? So these are the phenomena like the others. They consist of rules of action. What is the moral facts? The moral facts are consist of rules of action recognizable by the certain distinct characteristics. Moral facts are what? These are the consist of rules of action which the society makes and set forth. These are the moral facts which binds us. That is the moral fact which is the chain, which is a thread, that is the thread in which we all are the tied together in a moral community. As a moral community, we are the together, and moreover, by certain distinct characteristics, it must then be the possible to observe them. Or now he further said, for the scientific point of view, he said that Durkheim accept that this is the recognizable by the certain distinct characteristics. These moral facts could be the recognized as a distinct recognizable characteristics they have. The second thing, it must then be possible to observe them, or this is the possible to observe them. These moral facts could be the observed by an individual and by the sociologists who are studying the sociology, and moreover, and then be possible to observe them. It is the possible to observe them. Moral facts had its some distinctive characteristics. These are the rules of the action which have the distinctive characteristics, recognizable distinctive characteristics, and these can be and this is the possible to observe them. This is the possible to describe them. This is the possible to classify them, and look for certain laws. And now look for explaining them, and look for the certain laws. We can establish the certain laws that can be the explained, which can be the explained. These are the social facts, social rules, and the social actions. Those are in form of the rules, can be the observed, can be the explained, can be the featured, and the classified, described, hence the morally appropriate. And in this way, the morality appropriate for one society was inappropriate for another. One thing is that the society is different. One moral facts may be the appropriate for one society. One morality may be the appropriate for one society, and that may be the not appropriate for the other society. Why? Because societies varies in terms of norms and rules and regulation, social norms, and the social in terms of the social facts. Every society to society, that varies. That's the Durkheim said. This we can't universally set for the one moral or the moral facts. No, that would not be the implemented or explained in terms of the whole society. No, that differs to the different people, students, and the moreover, and the moral codes were the manifestations of the particular social condition, and these moral facts, moral codes were the manifestations of the particular social conditions. Okay, hence the morality appropriate for one society was inappropriate for the other society. So the Durkheim, the prevailing social conditions could be deduced from moral codes. So the prevailing social condition can be the deduced now, or they can be the deduced from the moral codes. This makes sociology akin to the natural science, and this now made the society and the sociology as akin to the natural sciences, and was the keeping with his larger objective. Now his larger objective was objective of the establishing sociology as a rigorous scientific discipline. So the Durkheim wanted to establish a rigorous sociology which is associated with the human behaviors. Even then he wanted to establish the sociology and it discipline as a scientific discipline and as a natural science disciplines. Understand, students? Now this was the Durkheim's view about the social fact and the moral facts. Understand? Or now yes, we shall discuss the later in the class the Durkheim's vision of the sociology. Okay, next class we shall.